in this part of the video, we're going to look at how to use map. So you see, I want a map for CS261 to map the name to student object. So first I declare CS261 to be this map, remember program to the interface. Then when I create a map, I need to think about what do I want, what kind of map do I want. Do I want them to be sorted by name, or I don't care about that order? If I don't care about that order, I better choose hash map, because hash map is more efficient. So again, the map interface, you can look at it as the interface map, K for key, V for value, and here are the available method, and you should look through them. And now let's see. For student in students, remember students is a private static variable. It's array of students we created, so we can have access to it now. And for each student, I want to put you in the map, put. So the put method will add that key value pair to the map. So you have to give the string and give the student object and put it. So pretty simple. And to retrieve, you use get. To retrieve something, you have to give me the key. I will give you back the student object. And the remove by key, you see, to remove, you need to give the key as well. You see, the map operations usually centered around you give me a key, I do something. That's the whole point about map. It's more efficient doing that way. So it's like key value pair. Alright, now let's see how to iterate through a map. How to iterate through a map is you can do some conversion here. You convert the map into the collection tree. Remember the collection the interface, we have two interface trees. One is a collection tree, one is a map tree. So we are trying to do the conversion here. How to do the conversion? There's a method called the entry set in the map. So let's take a look at that method. The entry set returns a set view of the mapping contained in this map. So it gives you back a set of map.entry. So what's map.entry? In the map interface, there's inside of that map interface, there's an entry class. There's an entry interface. So there's a nested interface. And that entry interface has a key and has a value. So that's one single entry in the map. So if you take a look at this entry interface, it has equals get key, get value, the hash code, the set value. So let's come back here. So now let's come back to this entry set. This entry set just gave you back a set of map entry. A map entry is just a key value pair here. So now you see the conversion from a map to a set. This is how you do it. You invoke the entry set, then it gives you back a set of map entry. The map entry is mapping from string to student. Alright, and after you get that set, you can use that for loop here for each entry in that student set. It's just a set of entry, right? You do something. And now let's take a look at this one. So if I want to display it in my own way, I want to format it in my own way, you can say, hey, for each student, I get the key and I get the value, because each entry got the key, gets a value. Remember the entry, the map.entry, it got the get key method and got the get value method. So you can format it in any way you want. So for individual one. And also for CS261 as a map, it has three methods to turn it back into a collection. One of them is an entry set. It gives you back the set of entry, and another one is a key set. The key set gives you back the set of keys, and the value the values, that one isn't a set, it's a collection, because the values, they could be duplicate, but for key they're unique. So that's why for values it gives you back a collection of something. So that's a basic usage of map. And we're going to look at the next map I'm going to look at is the test multiple map. What's multiple map? Let's take a look. So I'm trying to model a roster, and the roster will be for each class I have a set of students. So I could like each term, usually I teach 3 classes, and this is a class name. That's a set of students in that class, a class name, a set of students in that class. So I'm trying to maintain my own roster here. So this is called a multiple map because the value of it isn't just one value, it's a set of something. So it's called multiple map, but the value could be anything. It could be a set, could be a list, could be another map even. Alright, so let's take a look at how I did that. So pretty much I go through my students list. I say half of the students go to CS 160, half the students go to CS 261. So I did some calculation and say invoke add student to class, pass in the student object and the key. The key is CS160, pass in the student object, and the key is CS261. So this loop adds the first half of the student to 160, and this one adds the next half of student to 261. Then do some display there. And how to display the 160 students? I just say the roster.get CS160, it should display the set of students for 160. Similarly, the set of students to 261. But the real code is in add student to class. So let's take a look at this one. The add student to class one says, give me a student object, give me a class name. I'm going to add this student to my map. Okay, so let's take a look. First, it says, oh, you want to add to that class. I'm going to get classes is a map. You see, classes is a map. I'm going to get that class for you. So assume they pass in CS 160. I'm going to get the roster for CS 160, the student set for CS 160. And after I get this one, it could be the class to add is no. Like it's the first time I add the first CS 160 student, so I don't even have a set for this key yet. So you're going to create a new hash set for it, and you add this hash set to your map. Add this set to your map. Then you add that student class to add, and add that student. So that's how to add a student to a class. Pretty much, you first remember this is a map of from class name, from like CS 160 to a set of students. So in order to add, you first get that set of students. And if that set doesn't exist, you need to create that set and add that set to the map. Then you add that student. Alright, so if you're alright with this multiple map, let's take it one step further. It's called a map of map. So what am I trying to do here is, remember map is a key to a value. It's just happened to be this time the value itself is a map. So a map of map. So I'm trying to model the enrollment, a enrollment map which maps each campus to its enrollment in different programs. So what does that one mean? Let's take a look. So this is what I'm trying to model. So I have 3 campuses, and this is a key, the string to a map. And what's a map? What's the value of this map? The value of this map itself is a map from discipline, from program to its enrollment, program to its enrollment. So this is what I'm trying to model here. So map from campus to its programs, and its programs itself is a map from individual program to the enrollment. So you see, this is how I create the map, a new hash map, map from campus to the programs. The programs itself is map from discipline name to the enrollment. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Alright, so that's that line. And I'm trying to enroll the first student. I'm saying, hey, here's a campus name, here's a program name, and here's the big map of map, and please add this student there. So then after I populate this enrollment map, I'm going to run some query. Say, hey, enrollment number for Sylvania CS program. So I will first get Sylvania. Remember, this is a key for Sylvania. Then I get the map for Sylvania, and the map contains CS and among other programs, so I have to get the CS1 and display the whole enrollment sheet. I can get the entry set then for each one and display them. So the real code, how to add this map of maps, is in this enroll student method. So you give me a student, you give me the key for campus, you give me the key for program, and you give me that map of map. I'm going to add it for you. So the first thing it does, it says, hey, for the current campus, I first get the current campus. If I don't have that campus, I'm going to create one and add it to this map. After I get that campus, I'm going to get that program. If I don't have that program, I'm going to create one and add it to that campus map. And then I'm going to increment the enrollment here. Current camp dot program, this one, increment that thing here. So it looks complicated, but actually it's not that hard. You just need to like peel. It's just layers of onion. You just peel it layer by layer. So when you look at this map, it's just a map from string to another map. So if you want to manipulate this map, you need to first get the key, get to that map, then keep on going inside of that map, get the key, then do something. So as long as you do it step by step, layer by layer, it should be alright. Thank you.